Hi, it's Brenda with Celestial Sound with your self-care tip. This tip is for everyone, but it is especially for those students out there who are heading into finals and maybe feeling anxious and wondering, how am I going to access all this knowledge in my head without seizing up and going into anxiety and blocking all of it, right? So this is for everyone who might have those sorts of situations. And it's a two-parter. It combines breath with intention. And this is a perfect thing. You can use it your whole life through. You always have your breath with you, and you always have the ability to set an intention. So it goes something like this. You start with clearing breaths, so in through the nose and out through the mouth. And in your mind, you're starting to just think, I'm quieting and I'm centering, right? This is actually doing things to the brain. It's changing it from that animal brain that's on high alert, and it's releasing different hormones that are combating that stress and anxiety. And it's allowing the brain to start changing into calm, centered, and accessible, where you can get at the prefrontal cortex and other aspects of your brain where all that knowledge sits. It's changing things up in there. The second part is an internal intention of some kind. And there's different ways to do this. Sometimes I start with I am choosing to. And sometimes I start with I know myself as calm, centered, capable. And sometimes I start with I give myself permission to. I particularly like that one. I give myself permission to be calm in this moment. I give myself permission to know myself as capable. I give myself permission to access all of the knowledge that I have acquired this semester, right? So it's like a little bit of a self-affirmation that you're doing, but you're doing it in your head. And you can just do that over and over again until you actually feel your shoulders relaxing, you actually feel the nerves dissipating. You can do that on your way into the classroom. You can do that as you're sitting at the desk, just before starting to actually engage with your exam or whatever the task would be, right? So again, it's those two things together, the cleansing breath with the internal monologue, I give myself permission to. Just a few times you're going to feel your body actually relax. That's your signal. Your signal is now my body is in a state of greater relaxation, greater calm. The heart isn't palpitating as much. Now you know you've actually switched what's happening in the brain, and you will in fact have greater success on what you're doing. And you can come back to that as much as you need to. I used this myself starting in 8th grade. It changed everything about how the kind of success I had on my own examinations. And for me, it was instinctual. Nobody was teaching me. It's just something that I kind of figured out. Now I understand how and why it works. So I hope this helps everybody out there. Good luck on your final exams.